Here it is. Hello guys, welcome to my video. This is my review of Cyberpunk 2077. It's been a long time coming. I wanted to obviously wait a bit after release on the 10th of December, and this will be well, if you are familiar with my format of reviewing, it will be done on a point basis, so it's obviously out of 10, but it will be split up into 4 different categories. So the 4 categories will be gameplay, graphics, audio and story, and each category can earn up to 2.5. So if all of them get 2.5, then it's 10 out of 10. So where do I start with this game? Obviously launch was a bit rocky, and this will just be on the fly as well, a kind of review. So it's unscripted or anything like that, it will just be my personal thoughts, and this will be on the base 2012 PS4. And what we're going to do is going to do some live gameplay as well. So if we experience any bugs or glitches or anything since the most recent hotfix, then you can see for yourself while I'm reviewing the game if it is still buggy or glitchy. Because I have to say, at the start, at release, it was buggy and glitchy. So we're just going to go down to the garage and get our car and go for a drive. So we'll start with gameplay. So right off the bat, I'll give you a quick synopsis of the 4 categories and give you my rating, and then we'll go in depth. So right off the bat, gameplay is 2.5. It's very fun, it's very immersive first-person gameplay. Graphics, I have to knock it down to, it's going to have to be a 2, and audio is a 2.5, and the story is a 2.5. So right now we're sitting at a, actually I'm going to change graphics. I'm going to change graphics to 1.5. So now we're on a 9 out of 10 for the game. And also, this is my car, the Javelina. I'm going to do a separate video about her, and you'll find out why, and why this is the best car in the game. Let's cut the radio so we can get the sound of that V8 high performance car. So there you go, Cyberpunk 2077 on the PS4. Base PS4 is a 9 out of 10. This is after 100 hours of gameplay, and I can prove that right now. So we have 80 hours here on the time played on this character, and then I have another character. So this is the Nomad character. I did another street character which has 25 hours on there. 25 hours, so 105 hours in total put together. It's because I wanted to go for the Judy romance on the street kid character and get the Judy Nomad ending, but we'll go into that later. I don't want to go into spoilers yet. So yeah, 9 out of 10 Cyberpunk, there you go. And now I'm going to tell you why, and we're going to go into detail while we're doing live gameplay. So off the bat, I want to just say how a game can be, how the story of a game can actually change your whole perspective on it, and point of view. And I know also level 50 experience and level 50 street cred in the top left. So the story can actually change your opinion or even the rating of the game entirely. Hence what we found out with The Last of Us Part 2. Because the story of that game was horrendous, but we won't go into that now, but you see how a story can affect the game. Now, despite at launch having all the graphical bugs and glitches, what held this game together like glue was the story. It just like, it drags you in, it sucks you in, there's no way around it. And I won't go into the endings yet, but I'll give you a little spoiler warning before we do. But the story really has a way of... so when you go and branch off to do like side quests, everything feels like it's all moving to one point. And it's only because of one... I guess I could let you know about one thing at the beginning of the game, when losing Jackie, which is one of your NPC characters you come to form a bond with, actually does a time jump with him. So, and as far as I know, there's no way to get out of that. Like you lose Jackie no matter what. And now we're going to go into spoilers. Like that's just the prologue of the game, so don't worry about that. So the very premise of the game is when Johnny basically is kind of devouring your brain, kind of thing. Is becoming you, and you're becoming Johnny, and which is played by Keanu Reeves. There's nothing you can do about it. That no matter what. And the ending has a crazy effect on you, because if you go the nomad route and you romance Pan Am, basically have like 6 months to live and all that stuff. This is post the actual game, and it's supposed to be sad, but it's it's more than sad. It's like heartbreaking, and you kind of realise that like V, the main protagonist, the character that you play, V died in the prologue with Jackie, unfortunately, when you take a bullet to the head from Dexter Deshawn, which is a fixer that betrays you. So, and bearing in mind, this is like the first 3 or 4 hours of the game, the prologue. Your character dies. That's it, finito. There's no way around it. You got shot in the fucking head. Your character is gone. Okay. I don't think people understand that or can process that, because from that point, everything that happens to you that you experience in the game was because of Johnny. Because Johnny saved your life. Keanu Reeves saves your life with this bloody biochip that keeps you alive. Basically brings you back to life and reboots your system and everything. So when it comes to the end, and you have a choice to come back and say, oh, you can go back to your body, but you only have 6 months to live, or and then Johnny goes into cyberspace and lives forever. It's a no-brainer. You want to come back to your body, and then when you realise everything that happened to you, and all the romances and all the epic fucking jobs you had to do, the gigs, your whole experience through the game, all 80 hours of the game you experience because of Keanu. That's where it fucking hits you hard. And if you went for the nomad route and you're sitting on that tank with Pan Am, and you're looking at this necklace with the bullet, this necklace that I think Misty made for you, and you kind of realise that everything that's happened to you now is because of that pinnacle moment, and then you kind of let the necklace go, and you live out the rest of your life until you die of brain cancer or whatever. They kind of leave it open. Maybe Pan Am's friends in Arizona have a cure, who knows. I doubt it. But this point is irrelevant, because you got to experience that anyway. You got to experience that life. Like, you shouldn't have even been there in the first place. You've already died. at the prologue from Dexter Deshawn. That's why it's such a fucking good ending, and why the story is so good as well. So then I reloaded and done a bunch of other saves from that, and I went through most of the endings. The only other ending I didn't do was the Judy romance nomad ending, which is pretty much the same anyway. I'm trying to do that on my Street Kid playthrough right now, and the secret ending where you go solo. And again, I think that's the same as well, because you get your mansion and everything. Again, that's a sad ending as well, because on my character, this character, if you get the ending, the Path to Glory ending with Pan Am, she ends up leaving you anyway to go back with the nomads, and you're left with your mansion, your penthouse thing, and then you go do your last mission, which is the casino job. So I think you blow up the casino and you basically go down with the casino in orbit. It cuts like before that, but that's how I guess how things go. That's what the ending tells me anyway, because he has nothing planned on his schedule or anything. V makes no plans on his schedule. He wants that to be his last job, wants to die a legend kind of thing, which makes sense. But I think if you're spending like the last 6 months of your life, you want to spend it, having a good time on the road or whatever. Not just waiting for one last job. You want to spend it with someone, not alone. And then the other ending is the bad ending, I guess, where you go into cyberspace, or you go into orbit. You're all alone anyway. Anyway, the point of it is the nomad's the way to go. So yeah, we've been driving around a while. The game hasn't crashed. Hasn't been any graphical bugs or anything. All looks pretty crisp. And yeah. Honestly, I just wanted to go into the story for a bit and why it's 9 out of 10, why it's got such a high rating. Because graphics, audio and gameplay kind of speak for itself. And yeah, okay, that's it. And I think that, in 2020, with everything, all the agendas and all the woke stuff that's going on, I think we really needed a game like this, to be honest, that has these kind of story elements, that puts all that aside and puts story before and experience before any of that agenda bullshit, But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'm going to make another video about this car, the Type 66 Javelina, and why it is the best car in the game. Until then, though, I'm trying to open the boot. See that little yellow latch there? Sick. Until next time, guys, I will see you in a bit. 9 out of 10, Cyberpunk 2077. Don't listen to the fake news. Alright, peace.